Hi everybody, this is Felicia. Well, I have my last layout here with the using the Scraptastic kit that I have. Um, so this is going to be the last layout for this kit because I'm a little bit behind, and I left some things in here. You're gonna see I start out fine here. Everything's all hunky-dory. As you can see right now, I am cutting this pattern paper here, but I end up really not using all of this pattern paper, and you're going to see why. Because it just, I don't know, just didn't come out right. And then you're going to see me kind of frustrated and trying to get it to work, and then it didn't work. And my original plan for this layout was a completely different layout, but I decided to ditch the old idea and then quickly come up with another one. So you're going to see all of that in this video. I decided to leave it in so you can see um, that even if you decide not to go with a layout one way, you at least can try another way. So that is a photo of my daughters and myself, and we were at Monterey, and it's kind of like it was hazy out there, so the photo, although it was taken with a iPhone, it could have came out a little bit clearer, but it was so hazy back there because we were right on the coast there, right on the beach area. So that's one of the reasons why the photo looks like it does, but I wanted to keep it because it is a photo of all three of us. So there you see me taking out some of the pieces that I would like to use on this layout, and I end up, like I said, not really going with my original idea. So you're going to see here in a second. So while I'm digging in here for infirmary packs, I think I disappeared. Oh yeah, there I go. I'm coming back. So, but yes, you're going to see here in a minute how I changed my mind. And I first start out here, as you can see, with some of the white gesso. So I'm spreading it on. I put too much on. I didn't like that. I wanted it to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, kind of fade more into the paper. I put too much. My hands were crowded. And then I dried it with my heat gun. And once I dried it with my heat gun, I realized that it was just too white. It was too white. And you're going to see here in a minute, I still, and I'm laughing because I still try to make it work. It was just hilarious. And then there's something going on here with that ATG gun. That is the bigger half-inch ATG gun. And I use it because it's wider, and it's going to make sure that this paper gets anchored, down, because it buckles. So see, even after me drying it with my heat gun, it still came out white. Now here's where I make the mistake. I used the wrong color gesso, and I realized it after the fact. I was supposed to use the aqua one, but I just, for some reason. So then I try to see if it's going to work, and see if I'm going to be able to blend this. And I go and I use another color, and I keep going, and I just keep going and going and going. You know how it is. You just try. I'm persistent to see if this is going to work at least. And I'm rubbing and rubbing and rubbing, and I stepped back and look at it, and then I said, well, let me add some more different color blue, and still didn't come out the way I wanted it to. And it's just too green, and it was just bad altogether. So you're going to see me trying to do my best to stick with it, and I am too. I am trying my best to stick with that. In the meantime, I'm going, this is not going to work for the idea that I had. So I decided to cover it up with another black piece of paper, and that's exactly what I did. So, and I pulled that piece of paper out of my stash there, so I'm trying to get the picture and everything down. And then I realized the picture was crooked, and then I had to straighten it up. So you're going to see me go through a couple more challenges while doing this layout here. So I gather all the pieces that I would like to use on this layout. So I'm gathering up quite a few different pieces, and I'm just trying to get them all together, and you're going to see all of that in this video. So that's something that I really wanted on the side, was that little summer die cut. And that's another thing that I really wanted at the bottom of it. So I made sure that those things were at least on there, on that part of the layout. So here I have this wood veneer, and this wood veneer came from Freckled Fawn, and I want to use it. But I'm trying to use it be on top of a die cut, as you can see, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, so I pulled that off. So now I'm going through all the die cuts. Now see, the thing is all those die cuts were in that bowl. They were for the original idea that I had in mind. So I had to revamp my idea, so which means that I'm not going to be using every single one of those die cuts like I had planned to use them in the beginning with my first idea. So I had to change my whole entire idea around, but there's still one thing that really remains that I really wanted to use on this page, and that is the Love, Love, Love wood veneer. So I actually keep that on here, and you're going to see. So you can see me, I'm just trying to make this work, and it said, you know, my original idea just it's not going to work with this one, so I'm fooling around and tapping my fingers, of course, you know, trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do with this? How am I going to make this work? Because I was a little bit annoyed at that point. I tried that particular way, and then I was like, no, So then I decided to go with this card, and that's a Project Life card, and I decided to use that anyway. And so what I did was I changed my whole thing around, as you can see, and I'm using wood veneer at the top, wood veneer on the side, wood veneer hearts, and so that's what I decided to do. Went ahead and changed that whole entire first idea around to the second idea here. I had to think about it for a minute, but I quickly got on board and went ahead with that because I didn't want to waste the papers and I didn't want to waste my time. So there you see me gluing down the wood veneers that I decided, the geotags that I decided to go with at the top, which was much better than what I originally had planned to put up there. And then I'm going to angle this picture because it was, in my original idea, it wasn't going to be angled, so, but this time I decided to go do that. And I'm getting like all these wood veneer pieces glued down, as you can see here, because I'm going to be using all of those. And I'm going to glue down the Love, Love, Love. So the Love, Love, Love stayed, and because I really wanted to use that. There was no other layout that I really feel that I wasn't going to use it on, so I had to make sure that it worked on this particular layout. So there you see me putting in the hearts, the wood veneer hearts there, and those are from my stash. Got a lot of stuff in my stash. And I'm going to put that cork piece down. Now that cork piece came from out of the Scraptastic kit. And I'm gluing down the rest of these wood veneer hearts. And then these wood veneer arrows that came from a past Studio Calico kit. I still have a bunch of those left. So I'm going to use those. And then this piece of wood veneer also came from a past Studio Calico kit. I'm going to use that as well. And I decided to go with the speech bubble. So now that I made up my mind and decided what I wanted to do, I'm going to figure out where I want that flare badge. Oh, I love doing that. It's like you try to figure out one spot for it and you move it around and finally find a resting place for it. So I'm going to do my journaling. So I'm not finished yet with this layout. I'm going to be adding some more things on here. Right now I'm thinking about my journaling, getting that down on here, but I will definitely put more on this layout. So I pick up the Freckled Fawn stickers. Those did not come into the kit. They came in their own little embellishment kit, the Freckled Fawn embellishment kit. And now I'm going to be adding some Heidi Swap gold splatters, and that came out right. That kind of livened up the layout there a little bit. But what I also do, which you're going to see, I'm going to do off camera, is I add sequins. So you can see them kind of there, the gold sequences. Okay, so that layout pretty much is done. It was almost a disaster at first, but I decided to save it. So I want to thank you guys for watching and have a marvelous day. Take care. Bye-bye.